You may be wondering, what is the exact approach here at NaturaMed? So today I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about what you can expect when you first start coming in to see us and what our approach is really about. So first and foremost, our clinic really focuses on more personalized care. Our bodies are extremely complicated. We have millions of chemical reactions that happen inside of our body. And in order to fully understand what it is that's driving the symptoms that you're having, you need to spend more time with a provider, with a doctor, understanding what those symptoms are and how all those symptoms fit in together. But you also need to have more personalized and detailed testing done to fully understand what is driving your symptoms. So the two biggest things that we focus on are personalized care, where we spend a lot more time with you trying to figure your symptoms out and what's happening inside of your body. And we also spend a lot more time doing much more in-depth testing and really going above and beyond what any other doctor would do to try to figure out what is happening inside of your body. So the first part, which is the personalized longer visits, include visits that sometimes can be between 1 to 2 hours long, where we dive into your history, we dive into your symptoms, and then also we go into a lot of detail on the results of your lab tests. So if you've ever felt like you've gone to a doctor's office and they've maybe just printed off a copy of the few lab tests that they did with you and only went through 1 or 2 abnormalities, but not fully explained why those abnormalities are happening, that is completely different than what we do here. I go through each lab test with my patients. I explain it in detail. I make sure that you understand everything. And then I combine that with the more in-depth understanding that I have of what's happening inside of your body, because we spend so much more time together figuring out what your symptoms are and what the underlying cause may be. So those are the two things that are essential and I think really make our clinic a lot different than most other places. Is one, we really focus in on a lot of detail and spend a lot of time figuring out your symptoms and your history. And then we do a lot more in-depth testing. Aside from that, I wanted to quickly talk about what the first step, the part 1 is of our initial Nourish to Flourish method, which is our new patient program method. So part 1 really includes you choosing either the hormone test, the Dutch test, or choosing to do the gut test, which is called the GI map test. After you complete these tests, either the GI map test or the gut test, we sit down for an hour-long visit and I go through all the results of these tests with you and we start coming up with a treatment plan together. This really gives us a good baseline and a good starting point to then completing the rest of the program. This initial part of the program usually takes about a month or 2, depending on how long it takes for us to get the results back from either the Dutch test or the GI map test. And the remainder of the program can take another 6 to 8 months. So I will talk about the remainder of the program in the next video that you will get in this video series. Have a great day.